Mako, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Just some reactions to Saturday and what it meant to you to come off the bench and play your part in such an historic win.
Yeah, we're obviously very pleased to get the tour off the way we wanted. To win against the world champions in their backyard is never easy. And also, as a team, we're very pleased with the result. But we know that this weekend will be the biggest game of the tour.
Did you have a point to prove yourself on Saturday?
No, not all. Obviously, preparation-wise, it's not the same. Having to come in, unfortunately, for win. For me, it's just a case of doing my job for the team, making sure that I come off the bench and add impetus. And felt like the whole matchday squad or the whole squad themselves did their job.
Rusty Erasmus has labelled you reckless and dangerous for hauling up Cheslin Colby in the second half. What do you remember about that incident, and how would you react to that?
What do I remember? I just remember trying to get the ball in, but I saw that he'd gone down, and I guess it's one of those things in the heat of the moment. You just react how you would normally, but he seemed to be all right. He played on the game, so it wasn't that reckless, was it?
And what do you make too the way the bomb squad failed to go off at them? Replacing the front row at half time. What did you make of the bomb squad fizzling out?
No, it wasn't anything to do with them. I think we just had to concentrate on what we can do. We know the strength they have on the bench, and we understood that when we came on, we had to make sure that we did our job for the team, and luckily we did, and we were happy with the way it ended.
Thanks so much.
No worries.
Mako, can I just take you back to the back end of last week? When did you find out that you were definitely involved in the Test 23?
I found out definitely on the Thursday, I think, which was it Thursday? No, the Friday actually, sorry. So we trained on the Thursday, and obviously I knew that Win was carrying a bit of a knock, but it was confirmed on the Friday morning, so I kind of always knew that I had to be ready to, if I was needed, come in and do my job, and luckily the boys helped me get up to speed quickly.
I guess when you're on your third tour, nothing like that really phases you anymore, does it?
No, I think it's just as players that we weren't involved, we spoke about that. We had to make sure that we gave the boys who were playing best preparation, but also understand that we had to be ready that if anything happened, that we come in and do our job for the team. So no, anyone that was called on late would have been prepared to do the same thing, I feel.
Steve's just said Win is a bit of a doubt for this weekend, but no one else will be coming out as cover. Does that mean Xander, Tiger or Carl may be having to do a bit of loose head practice just in case?
I'm not too sure who would be covering loose head, to be honest, but I guess that's the question for the coaches to think about. And as I said, like if we need to, one of them will probably have a little go this afternoon. I can't say that any of them would be excited going across, to be honest.
How quickly did the atmosphere change after Saturday from celebration and winning the game to let's get back to business?
Pretty much in the change room, to be honest. Came in and Win just spoke to us. We're obviously delighted with the result, but we fully comprehend that this weekend it'll be an even bigger challenge. They'll be wounded after that, and with the series on the line, we know that it's going to be a step up again this weekend.
When you think back to 2013, obviously you won the first test in Brisbane, down to Melbourne, and that was a nail-biter as well. Just because you win the first test doesn't guarantee you anything, does it?
No, exactly. Not just 2013, we've spoken about in 2001 when they won the series there as well, won the first test, sorry, and then they ended up losing the series. So that was one game, that's one part of three. On to the next one now, and again there'll be a fresh, clean slate this weekend, and we know that anything that happened on Saturday doesn't really matter this weekend.
You may not be that surprised to hear, but an awful lot of people are talking about Mauro's performance on Saturday. As someone who's known him for as long as you have, does anything he does surprise you anymore?
I guess you kind of get used to it when you're playing with him and you're in and around him every day in training. So everything he does on the field is product of what he does away from it. So Trains hard, works his socks off, to be fair to him, and pays dividends. Can come weekend, he puts in performances like that. But no, you're still in awe a little bit as well. The amount of work he got through, the level of physicality, and just how he's able to kind of move on to the next job without thinking too much. Something that he's got better and better with as he's got older.
Thank you, Mako.
Hi, Michael. How would you describe the way you kind of react when you find out that you weren't initially in the 23 when the team was announced to the squad last week? And I just want to try and get an idea of the mentality of the guys who don't make that squad, and how much it means to them to try and break in.
It's obviously different for everyone, but for myself personally, it was hard. The initial reaction was frustration, and you start wondering what you could have done. But the best thing about it is Gats was very open about it, and said that anyone wanted to speak about selection, come and talk to me, and every player who wanted to do that did that. But as soon as you get past that, you congratulate your teammate who's got the opportunity to go out there and represent you. So you get it for yourself, but you also know that you still have a massive role to play in terms of trying to help the team prepare as well as they can.
I'm sure you could have asked a similar question earlier, but was that in your mind when you came in, when you got onto the pitch, you thought, right, I've got this chance now. This is something I have to grasp.
Exactly. I think having been fortunate enough to play in some games before for the Lions, I understood that if I did get the opportunity, that I had to make sure that I did my job, and but fully grasped take hold of it and make sure I don't waste that opportunity, because there's 15, 13, 14 other lads that would love to be in my position. So I didn't really, I tried not to undersell it and just make sure that I went out there and did my job.
Cheers, Michael.
Hi, Mako. Warren said to us yesterday that when you first came on the tour, he told you weren't fit enough. How did you take that, and what improvements have been made on that score?
Yeah, I think fitness has always been something that I have to keep on top of since I've started, really. So no, it was obviously a step up coming into the Lions camp, having not been in for the first week of Jersey, I think, but I knew that condition-wise that I was in good hands here with the S&C staff and the medical staff here to get myself to a place where I'm able to help the team. So no, it's one of those things where you just, nothing really, there's no shortcuts about it. It just takes a lot of hard work, extras off the field with the team around.
And he also said he adjusted, or the Lions have adjusted your scrummaging technique. What exactly have you done in that area?
Yeah, obviously coming here and working with Muckers, he's been great for me, just looking at things differently, the way I'm able to set up and where I'm able to use my bind and stuff like that. So little tweaks here and there has allowed me to present better pictures, but also give me a chance to attack a little bit more. So no, it's been great for me coming here and finding new ways of trying to scrum, really, or different techniques, really.
Thank you.
Mako, hi. Is it a career first for you to be called out by a rival coach on social media?
On social media, maybe, but no. I think the same happened in 2013 when their coach, or not coach, but someone, Bob Dwyer, said something about my scrummaging as well then. So, but maybe, yeah, probably the first time a coach has said something.
I don't know. Do you find it a bit surreal? Are you a bit surprised? I mean, you said you didn't think what you did was reckless. I guess you're just a bit baffled, eh?
Oh, I guess if he was really hurt, then it is a bit reckless. But I just felt like the collision wasn't that bad. I saw that people were putting it up and mentioning it, but I guess we were behind at the time. We just wanted to get a bit of tempo in the game, so I wanted to get the ball off him. And if I did hurt him, then I do apologise. But as I mentioned, in the heat of the moment, you kind of just playing and reacting as you would naturally.
Just last one from me. Just how does it feel as a pack after what you achieved at the weekend and how you want to keep that going? It's sort of quite a psychological statement, I guess, you've made, and you want to keep that going.
No, we understood fully that to beat the world champions, you had to take them on up front. So for us, we knew the challenge going into the game, and it's no different. I think we're obviously, as I mentioned earlier, we're pleased with how the game went on Saturday, but we understand that this weekend is going to be a bigger challenge, and what we did last week won't matter, and it won't be enough this week. So we're looking forward to another big test now, and it's all a case of getting our preparation right to go out and give our best shot.
Thank you.
Hey Mako, just wanted to ask you, can you talk us through the scrum penalty that you guys won? I think it was the 67th minute. It was such a big moment for the team, or at least that's how it seemed. Did it presumably seem that way to you too?
Yeah, definitely. I think for us, as I mentioned there, the scrum of the set piece battle was key in this game, and in terms of that scrum, we were kind of under the pump a little bit in our half. It didn't help ourselves by putting ourselves under pressure a little bit, and as a pack, we knew that the easiest way to get out of there was to try and get something out of the scrum, whether it was clean delivery or a penalty like we did. So no, it was massive for us just to relieve the pressure a little bit, but also kind of get us back on their half.
And did it kind of persuade you that you can do that over and over again?
I think we felt as a team that if we get our process right, that we can pose them some threat in the scrum. And the very first scrum when I came on, we tried, but it doesn't happen the first one or the second one. It takes a bit going. And no, we were very happy with getting that penalty, as I mentioned, to get ourselves up the pitch a bit.